Welcome back to another Real Talk reaction. This one is for Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7, Episode number 3.
Yes, before we get to that, I just want to feature a couple comments. First comment being from, all these comments are from Episode 2. But the first comment's one of our patrons, longtime supporters, and executive producers, Lisith Bandera, who said, "Love the reaction, guys. Save Hydra mission complete. And on to the next mission. I'm really sad that Enoch got left behind. Hopefully we will see him join the team in a different time period. And also, May's condition needs to be addressed properly, and I don't want May to be this emotionless character for the rest of the season." Totally agree. I would be so entirely annoyed. They need to snap her out of that immediately.
Let's get this going already. It's gonna be it's gonna be one. You're gonna have a couple episodes though of just.
I don't know why we need to do that. I really want
trying to get because Colson ain't alive, so she's gonna try to get used to it.
I just it's a waste of her character in a series finale season.
Of everything they've been through, you're correct. She should be able to understand.
And she's such an integral part of the team. I feel like it's a disrespect to her character to have her
on the sideline.
Yeah, as this zombie emotionless person.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not about it. The rest. I know it's a daft thing to say about May, but you could always see her trying to suppress emotion, but this version has no emotions. I totally agree. Also, Deke character's development as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is amazing. Otherwise, when Daisy asked him to shoot Malik, Space Deke would have killed him on the spot. Can't wait for the. I totally agree.
Yeah.
He as far as character development, because our other characters, main squad, have been around for so long, they are developed. But Deke is definitely becoming more of the squad. All right, and then a couple comments from YouTube. First being from Craigie 2818, who says, "Be careful of reading some of these comments because that first one was a spoiler from someone who saw the episode you reacted to after." I didn't know which comment he referenced, but I appreciate the fact that he was warning us about comments. So guys, don't spoil things. I didn't see any spoiler comments. Maybe it automatically got flagged, but appreciate you looking out for us. Then Doug Cowell goes on to say, "Koenig was great, and I really wonder how his interactions with Enoch leads to all the brothers, if that's what they are. The only problem with this episode is how can the Daisy that flipped out about killing Ruby," remember Ruby's the one that takes Yo-Yo's arms, turn around and order Freddy killed for something that he hasn't done. I totally agree. I thought Daisy was just reckless this episode and annoying, honestly. And finally, while it would be fun to see Bobby and Hunter again, can you imagine if they meet young Ward?
I know Ward gonna have to come through. I was thinking that last week when we talked about Bobby, and I was like, what about Ward? Because he played an integral part in Daisy development, so they're gonna have to bring Ward back real quick. So.
Would they be tempted to change his future, even knowing it would change theirs? Great comment, Doug. Then Tommy Rocker comes through saying Daisy has been a bit of a loose cannon and hasn't been making very good decisions lately.
She's been a hothead.
Her decision to trust Sarge last season, which really only a few days before their time almost killed May, and literally seconds from End of Humanity, saved only by May, came in just in time to kill Ezell. Then to kill Freddy to change the past. Did she forget the mission objective? Isn't that precisely what the Chronicom goal was? Ripple, not waves. Totally agree. And then Duper Super 1938 says, Daisy was monumentally stupid here. I feel like everybody's in agreement. Daisy needs to get her shit together.
Yeah, Daisy. You don't
want to go out like this, Daisy. Get it together.
Yeah, she's so impulsive right now.
Then Dat Guy says, I get why Daisy did what she did. Killing Malik doesn't necessarily stop Hydra from forming as long as they get the Red Skull serum to the car, which will take it to Schmidt. It was too big of a risk and it wasn't her call to make, but a world without Malik had a good chance of being better. The Maliks are responsible for killing all those Inhumans in Season 3 and are responsible for bringing Hive to Earth. This is very personal for Daisy, and I get that, but it's also very selfish. Just because, you don't know what the repercussions are. It could have been much grander and it could have made things even worse. Like, maybe somebody else stepped into power who was even a worse person, but you're not supposed to do it. Butterfly effect. Dennis D comes through, also a patron, drops comments on YouTube, says, no, don't mess with Yo-Yo, she's one of my faves. Dai Kappa's awesomeness. I know it's only episode 2, but totally loving this season. Keep up the great work. Love Dennis. Petra comes through, also a supporter on Patreon, says, to be fair, Coulson really is dead, and even though this this LMD is incredibly close.
Lifelike.
It's not him and never will be. I think that's a fair comment. I still feel like there's emotions that are going to be pulled because he's there and because he's so much like the original Coulson.
You ain't gonna be able to
It's going to be very difficult not to like.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult to separate that when he's so tapped into how Coulson was.
You ain't gonna be able to help it.
And then Etterlink also commented on that comment and was like, I wonder if LMD Coulson is in love with May. I mean, after he was switched on, he was not even aware that he's not the real Coulson, which, again, I think that is super fair as well. Like, that's why I was thinking that even though Coulson's an LMD, there still would have been some emotional reaction from May, which is so annoying that they didn't allow us to have that, regardless of him being an LMD or not.
And now this episode will be more of her just staring at his ass.
Yeah.
So.
And then last comment from longtime supporter Trend Pimp 1 said, this episode made me want a spin-off show with Koenig and Enoch. My favorite scene in this episode was when Koenig on the Zephyr thanks us. Oh yeah, when he gets on there, he's like, "What is this? This is
oh
a
yeah.
Thanks as always for the shout out. Love you guys. Love you back.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Make sure you guys come back through for this episode with comments as well. We'll feature as many of those we can.
We do it.
But definitely looking forward to jumping into episode 3 right now.
Autopilot pulled us out of the dive.
We should probably be flying when we jump. Live and learn.
Maybe we shouldn't have autopilot on while we're jumping.
Looking engaged.
I'll run a systems check. Everyone okay?
Not everyone made the flight.
Enoch. What year are we in now?
It's 1955. We're at Area 51 and we're trying to stop the Chronicoms from stealing the space weapon.
When do we go in?
Did you need a second to process any of that, or?
We're up to Coulson and Simmons are headed in now.
Coulson took the idea of the guy we have in that tent, and for Simmons we had to get a little creative.
Oh. She's not my secretary. She's my boss.
I think you'll agree I don't need to be on the list.
What was it?
Right. Sorry, ma'am. It's an honor. Right this way, Miss Carter.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Way too much, Betty.
Peggy Carter.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, 'cause she is British. So.
And like an
taxpayer
Endgame,
dollars
remember? Like
at
that's,
work.
they had to go back to this.
Yeah.
Think of this lab as a womb, and we are birthing the future. Jet propulsion, space travel, and of course,
Independence Day right
the
here.
Russians.
I always dreamed of seeing this place.
A tiny radio that you carry with you at all times.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
I'm a robot.
This one's highly experimental.
I'm a whole human person.
Pulse discharger. Someday it might be able to knock out every electronic gadget within 30 feet.
That's so mamacita.
Here we go.
Caliente. It's a good thing your boy's here to keep you in line.
Okay.
You can just call me boy. Allow me to introduce myself. Gerald Sharp. Department of Defense, ex-military. I didn't just teach interrogation and resistance, I wrote the field manual. So, do your worst.
Got it right.
You feel when I say the word moist. Moist.
Please stop.
Moist.
Yeah, you're good.
The MPs are asking if you'd like them to hold the bus.
Who is this?
She outranks us. You catch your name? Carter. Peggy Carter. You know her?
You could say that.
Wow. Glad you finally put a face to the name.
Oh, they never met.
No, they did. He's playing her.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta say, I waited a long time to
You would've got me.
Agent Carter. But I'm surprised to find you here running security up in our little patch of desert.
Oh, they never met.
And you arrived just this morning, Agent
Call me Daniel.
Daniel. And where exactly did you materialize from?
I just flew in from LA.
How'd it go?
He called me Miranda.
I had to pull her away.
So,
He called me a Orient.
Sorry. I could take another run at him, just saying.
no violence.
No, let's let the white guy go in there. Maybe he can do that.
So now what?
CEO.
What?
You could go talk to him.
Couldn't hurt. Might even work.
Look, I know I got away with words. Some might even call it the gift of gab.
Nobody ever
Yeah.
said.
No one's going
Just
to.
why me? I have 0 shield training. What makes you think he's gonna give me the time of day? Wait, it's not because of...
This.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
That motivates me.
I'm gonna kick his ass.
Yeah.
Stupid white privilege.
Just doing everything. Visitor logs, time cards,
God.
anyone on patrol.
Damn, see ya.
Lieutenant, I want to know how these jokers got into the most secure shield base in the western United States.
Because they use fake names, obviously.
And they're from the future,
Yeah.
Avi.
Who the hell are you?
What are you about to do?
Why is he being so dramatic?
Buddy?
I'm sorry, but I don't know what. I just want to laugh.
You might...
Well, it's nice to finally meet the man in charge.
Gosh, you just go right to that, huh?
You just go right to there.
Keep pausing. Keep pausing. Oh, now that I see a white guy,
Yeah.
he's definitely the boss.
Oh, you are
Just-
solely in charge.
It's so great though that it's Deke because he's so far from removed from it because he's from the future, you know? Like he's like,
He only knows what he knows right now.
is this really a thing?
Yeah.
Are we really doing this?
I got something.
Of course he did.
Of course he
This is
did.
it done. It doesn't work. He said there's nothing on Earth powerful enough to get it up to velocity.
That's a good thing, right?
No, but he's wrong, because there is now a Chronicom.
Put your mask back on.
What
happened?
Well, at least she's having some kind of like something.
Yeah, emotion.
Never happened before. Ray, calm down. Calm down, it's okay.
Call it panic attack, man.
Whatever it is, you can tell me. Does it look like I want to talk about it? Well, let's go. Maybe we
You
can
was
catch
just dying crying a minute ago.
Huh? How come you weren't able to catch her when she was running away? Do I look like I want to talk about it?
Go.
But there is no time.
Are you Superman? Why don't you just take the glasses off?
How'd it
You
go?
just need to see.
Did you find the Chronicom?
We did say he was one of them. He was one of the ones on the bench, babe.
He's alarmingly strong.
He's alarmingly strong.
And both LMDs.
Yeah.
Connected. Here we go.
You gotta tell Peggy about this.
Good guess, huh?
You will not reveal what you see here today.
Earthling.
On the next time we abduct you, you will be probed.
Probed. And this is how this becomes the thing, baby. Here we go. abducted by aliens. Yeah.
Looks like we got a live one.
All right, that was episode 3 of S.H.I.E.L.D. And man, it was another good episode. I like them going to the 50s in there. Not better than the last episode to me, but this was still entertaining as well. We got a couple name drops in there. Had some Peggy Carter. Had the other guy from the show we didn't watch from Peggy Carter, so I guess that was her partner on there. Maybe there was some other Easter eggs we didn't notice or hear up in there, but I like where they're going with it. Looks like we might be still here. On the next episode, we should be jumping though.
Like, we totally handled the situation.
So if they went from the 30s to the 55s, so maybe they're going 20 years. So next we should be going into the 70s, I'm guessing, on the next episode, which will be rad. That's not the word for the 70s though.
You're such a nerd.
Dope.
That's definitely not.
It'd be totally awesome. I don't know. From the 70s. That's what we probably
But
did.
I thought this episode was a lot of fun. I actually like this episode better than last episode, but not more than the first episode.
Yeah.
That's
what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I love the Peggy Carter name drop. I thought that was fantastic. I was wondering, I was like, who is she gonna? And like right as I said it, I was like, that makes so much sense. And it totally reminded me of Endgame when they go back to get to wherever they went. I don't even remember where they were at, but at a base to get the
Tony and them.
Yeah, so I was like that. It gave me kind of feels about that. I was happy to see some progress on May's character. It looks like she's having a panic attack now, which is great. So maybe she's like been trying to bottle everything in and like keep herself super stoic, and now she wasn't able to do that. So I'm hoping that's like the beginning of her realizing she can't just be the stoic person. Girl, feel your feelings.
Because she didn't get to talk to Coulson in this episode, so obviously we might be saving that for one downtime moment. Right now it's high paced. We in it, and then we got to address Yo-Yo's part, why she can't yo-yo.
Right, why she can't do her power, which... That's annoying too.
It's weird, but I do like how they touched on the racial aspect, which is good because I'm glad they're keeping it in there. It is historically accurate. They go into the 30s, they go into the 50s, and everybody pretty much on the team is multicultural. So yeah, you should, and if they're going to be going out in the world, they should be experiencing something.
Right.
So which is good. So
I love Deke. I like so much the dynamic that Deke brings to the squad because he's so much more in the future.
Not even from Earth.
Yeah, and I mean, he's from Broken Earth.
Yeah.
But he's so far in the future that, like, this is so far in the back. And, like, to where he's like, this is so dumb. This is so stupid. Really? This is what we're doing right now? I just thought it was so fantastic. And I love that dynamic that he brings because obviously this is not from any of their times, but they're all very well aware of that because that's their immediate history. Yeah. But this is so far removed from Deke's history that I just like the added element that he brings to the team. I think it creates a lot of cool opportunities to see like his perspective compared to the rest of the team's perspective, which I think is a lot of fun. But I thought this episode went by really fast too. I was like, oh, we're already at the end. We fixed it. We're good. Yeah. But I am interested in seeing the next time jump. And what's great, again, we've already kind of said this, but what's great about this being the series finale is that we can anticipate each episode they're going to do something. They're going to tie something in. The Peggy Carter was a great touch. We didn't watch the show, so I feel like they made it a big deal with her partner. I think had we watched the other show, that would have been, we were like, oh,
which I guess that's why they went to that specific time.
Yeah.
Once they get to the 80s and maybe 90s, then we'll probably start seeing people that we know from season 1, season 2, season 3, like a Ward or something like that. Because right now they way too.
I mean, we could see parents of characters as well, which would be a way to increase the timeline too. But not knowing, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean,
what are they going to do this episode?
So it almost, you don't know how they're going to, obviously they know now that they need to find a Chronicom ship if they're going to try to get ahead of them or even defeat them on there. So we know that part is a part of the plot. That is the whole
So I thought that's a great point too, because I thought it was interesting. I thought they already had all the plots plotted, but it feels more so that they're like on the coattail, so to speak, of the Chronicom. So just literally them. Once they jump as well, and they're like literally on their coattails, following them through this stream of time. So they don't have any control of when they're jumping, which made sense why then last episode they left Enoch, because as soon as the Chronicons jump, they're automatically jumping as well. Yep. So they don't have a way to necessarily like control that. They just know they know once they jump, we have this many minutes left.
Yeah, so they 2-0 right now. I mean, they beat them the first time.
Right.
The second time they just beat them. So, I mean, the Chronicons, I don't know. They jump into times where they think they need to go, and it's just...
I think they're trying to do points in history to have the biggest impact on dismantling S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
So the first one, if we got rid of Hydra, S.H.I.E.L.D. would have never even been built. This one, if they would have created that bomb, they would have gotten through that whole. That would have definitely had a huge impact of S.H.I.E.L.D. too.
Yeah.
So they have certain points in place, but it's all under the about the purpose of dismantling S.H.I.E.L.D. and not allowing them to come to fruition.
So obviously we didn't watch the trailer, so we don't know what the next era they're going to be going to. So
don't
don't
know.
spoil it for us on that. I'm guessing it's going to be the 70s if the 20-year span keeps growing. So, okay. I'll be interested in
next week.
Yep. All right, well, look, thank you guys again for watching another Real Talk reaction for Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7, episode number 3. And until next time, people, peace.
John vibe in the air, let's go! I got the VIP locked down, cause I'm the hardest dude in the club right now. She got the VIP locked down, cause she the baddest chick in the club right now.
I got the VIP locked down, cause I'm the baddest chick in the club right now. He got the VIP locked down, cause he the hottest dude in the club right now.
Look, I'm on the guest list, walking past